Yeah, it's mostly just leaning on the medical. I mean, the quarterbacks don't get hit during practice anyways, so they got to get creative in terms of getting that work in. But our medical staff does a great job of organizing that for us.
So, Mike, is he still in protocol per se?
I mean, right now he's in a non-contact day. Sure, he's still in the protocol, like in that phasing of it, and so he'll continue to progress through it if he goes through the right forums here.
When would you have to make a decision by?
Well, it just depends on how each day goes. Yeah.
Assuming it goes well, he's trending towards being able to play Sunday if there's no setbacks. That
would be the fair plan for sure.
You ripped through those injury guys. You said the three names you said are going to be limited today?
Yes.
So then what about Kayvon, Slayton, and Adebo?
Those guys were, let me look back at the sheet before I say something here. Thank you for the question. Kayvon is out. We will not participate today. Slay will do some work on the side. And what was the third name? Adebo? Adebo will not participate today.
Is there any concern?
I know you had a couple of days here with that we asked you that's long term at this point, or
I'm sorry,
Adebo. Sorry, that you might have to shut him down.
Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna progress through it. We'll see how he feels again tomorrow, and just kind of take it day by day with Adebo.
It's not anything they found like okay, we need to shut him down, or he needs a procedure or anything like that.
Yeah, he felt good going into the game, and then just as he was talking with the medical staff, they made the right decision to kind of hold him out.
Been on the job for a week. What's been the biggest change for you?
The biggest change, I'd say, is just your open doors and open lines of communication with more of the players. Like you're exposed to them a little bit more often. The defensive side, the special teams unit, and then the coordinators and coaches. You're talking with them a lot more. Certainly, a lot more medical meetings and things like that, roster meetings. But those are all parts of the smaller parts that I was with as the coordinator. But now you're just exposed to more of that. So I'm learning each day, learning a little bit more and more, and it's been a cool process to kind of see how it all builds together, and then going through a game day process, the game day procedure. What areas can I improve on? What areas can I be more beneficial and more of an asset for the group, for the coaches, for our game management team, for the offense. And so it's just finding that balance that I'm working through right now. But I got a great support staff, and they're helping me through the way and show me the ropes and giving me great advice. And so I'm just trying to take it and roll with it.
Mike, what have the challenges been in relation to that, to not have the other stuff take away from your offensive, your play calling and put the game plan together?
That's why I got a great staff around me that can kind of next man up and continue to carry the torch for the offensive group. Got great leadership with Shane, with TK, with Gobes, and those guys are leading their rooms and leading their groups, and I can come in and continue to be an asset for them and help them any way I possibly can.
If Jaxson is in line to play, would Jameis be your backup Sunday?
That would be the plan, yes.
So, Mike, we talked about you personally, but what's your focus for the team here in these final weeks? Improvement, growth, wins. Like, how would you summarize what you're trying to accomplish?
Really just focused on today. And today is the most important day. Our first and second down game plan focused on, making sure that we're dialed in on our cadences. We're going to a loud environment. So, it's hard to look that far ahead when we have a really, really important day today.
Mike, what do you hope to see from Abdul today and moving forward? I mean, he obviously had a public incident and embarrassment, certainly. So what would you hope to see from him?
Yeah, well, I'd say the first thing is, Abdul, he's got my full support, and we're all here for him. The coaches, the players, the leadership group, and it's really not. I mean, it's not really necessarily about Abdul, but about everybody in our unit and our team. They got our support, and we're here. We got their backs. And so, I'd expect him to approach like he does every day. He practices his tail off. He plays his tail off. He's continuing to learn and grow as a young player, and I'm proud of him for how he's handled these things. It hasn't been an easy couple days, but I'm proud of him, and I think he's earned a lot of respect in the locker room. Will continue to grow and be a great teammate and learn from the things that he's done.
Like with Hodgins coming in so late last week, can you speak to that whole process and how,
Yeah. I have
maybe the accomplishment?
I have a lot of familiarity with Isaiah. He's been in multiple training camps. He came in our first year and had a great year in terms of just jumping into the role from some familiarity standpoint. And I'm just really proud of how he stepped up again for us. And again, even a shorter kind of turnaround, came in on a Thursday off the plane onto a practice, absorbed the installation in a third down day with a bunch of passes. We're moving people around. We're going no huddle tempo on the football. it was just really impressive to see him go out there and execute. And then as Coach Groh was meeting with them, as Troy Brown was meeting with them throughout the week, then getting to the game day and watch him just go execute and play and have fun and really play without any kind of indecision. It was really cool to see and really impressive for Isaiah.
Mike,
Very
how
impressive.
hard is that to do?
I would say that's extremely hard. And for a guy like Isaiah, who's really smart, we know that about him. That's one of the reasons why we brought him in. But I was very impressed with how he jumped in, and even on that short notice.
Mike, obviously a lot of attention paid to the guys going to WWE, specifically Cam. Did you know they were going to be there? You have any thoughts on just their activities?
Yeah, no, I knew they were going to the event. It's a rookie event. We have some team events that our support staffs put together for the rookies to kind of get out, and so I thought it was a cool thing. I know it was like a staged little brawl there. It was great. It was great to see. It was great to see Skatt on the pregame on the sideline. His juice, his energy, you can feel it. I can feel it through the TV and through my phone. I was watching the clips. So it's a cool event for those guys to kind of get out and be out in the community.
You felt secure with his safety over there, given the ankle injury?
Yeah, I trust Skatt, and I trust our medical department, our medical staff to take great care of him.
That was staged?
I'm sorry?
Was Jaxson there?
I don't have the full list of everyone that was there. It's kind of a open door. If you want to go, you can go.
That was staged, really?
Yes.
You talk a little bit about your offensive line, which has obviously taken a lot of hits over the last few years. It seems like there's a pretty good
Yeah, the continuity there has been tremendous with our veteran leadership. AT and Jermaine, GVR, JMS, John Runyon. These are guys that have played a lot of snaps together now, and do a great job in the meeting room. Had an opportunity to spend some time in the O-line room over these last few years, and just seeing these guys communicate, seeing these guys talk through their adjustments, talk through their assignments, how they're going to attack a certain double team, or how they're going to attack a certain block. And it just really opens that floodgate to really great communication on game day. And it's led by Carm and James and those guys. Like they want to bring that out of their players, and they do. And you see it on the field, and it shows up throughout the game. And it shows up in the adjustments on the sideline, in the communication with the young quarterback. It's really impressive from that group, and they're continuing to step up for us.
Given how well that line did play, how much confidence did that give you facing this line's pass rush with guys like Hutchinson?
Yeah, it's another challenge, and I thought they stepped up to last week, but that was last week. This is a brand new challenge, a brand new week, and so we got to have the same mentality and the same work ethic and the same level of detail that we had preparing for that to go around again this week.
If the medical people say that Jackson's ready to go, will you embrace that and say let's go, or would you rather be conservative at this point and give him another week?
If he's healthy and clear to go, then I'd like Jaxson Dart to play. It's only if he's healthy and ready to go, and that's based on what the doctors have to say.
Mike, because quarterbacks are always non-contact anyway, even though Jaxson is non-contact technically today, will you have him as your first team quarterback in practice, or will you have James as your first team?
Yeah, the reps and talking with Shea and our quarterback coach, they have a great plan for how we'll kind of deliver the reps there, whether it's a lot or a little. We've talked about it, and so I think Shea has a good plan. I'm happy about it.
It's another new thing for Jaxson, in a season of new things. Is this going to be difficult, you think? I mean, he missed a game. He obviously had a concussion. Now he's got to shake that off and come back and, after missing a week. And is that going to be difficult as a quarterback?
I don't want to speak for Jaxson, but he's a pretty smart player. He was dialed into our game plans last week. I mean, he's been preparing like this, even early in the season when he wasn't the starter. So I wouldn't expect anything different. We just had a great walkthrough with him in the offense. So, I'm excited for this practice. And again, why we practice is so we continue to get better. So the mistakes, if they happen, that's great. We can go get them cleaned up. We can go get it fixed. We can, take some positive out of that and continue to build. And so, whatever happens on the practice field, that's the greatest challenge as a coach is, okay, when the things go wrong, or how do I adjust and correct it, and then get that information to the player so that on game day they can just play fast and decisive.
Hey, Mike, I know this is maybe a little bit of an odd question, but have you spoken to Daves at all since you've taken over, whether it's for any advice or has he reached out to you on that?
Yeah, we've reached out to each other. Yes.
Has he been helpful in any ways
I'm gonna keep him private. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I just mean, obviously I'm not asking him, but I'm just kind of curious if he's, offered any assistance.
Just out of respect for Daves, I'll keep him private. The conversation's private. Thank you.
What's the thought process to how differently you start practices, where you have like the special teams out there and then the other guys walk out and stretch separately? Like, is that a
the Friday practice?
Yeah, the Friday. Is
that
a Kansas City thing? Or like,
yeah, I took that from Kansas City. It's just a way just to kind of break up the little bit of flow of practice and start the special teams. unit. So when we get into the main practice part of it, there's not kind of like a bunch of breakups in between O&D and special teams. So the special teams have like their own practice, they can really organize it, get all the looks they need to. And then as we get into the OD part of it, it's kind of rapid fire on a fast Friday, and we're kind of getting point A to point B and getting some work done. So just a little bit different flow. Not that there's a right or wrong way to do it, just something that, just a little mix it up. I thought it would be cool for the guys to go through it.
Did you see the results that you were hoping for by moving the film review to yesterday rather than having Monday, giving the guys off? What was the reaction?
I think the players and coaches had a good response to it. As we keep on going throughout the week, I'm sure more and more info will come back. But whatever that feedback is, we'll continue to evaluate it. And if we need to make adjustments, minor tweaks, the times, longer, shorter, whatever that may look like, we'll just continue to stay on top.